Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 7th episode of Sword Art Online Alicization. And in the last episode, we got a lot of exposition. Pretty much, learned about the plans, and the art the floodlights, the artificial floodlights, the AI, pretty much just everything, as regards to what they're exactly kind of scheming here, bringing up some moral questions about whether or not treating them like this is okay, and he clearly has a different opinion than us on that matter. That's kind of how the last episode went. So this episode, I believe we're going to go back into the virtual world, so let's do that. 3, 2, 1, play. Wake up, Kirito. Try hitting him harder. Our day of rest. Yes. The episode's starting, you can't just sleep it away. You only have like 20 fewer minutes or so. Yeah, it's a nice looking town. I mean, just look at that, the architecture. I wonder how long it'll take Asuna to just, like, go into this world with Kirito. Because you know what's going to happen. I don't know if anyone else will, but I know at least Asuna's going to go into that world. And Kirito will have some explaining to do, about who Yu-Gi-Oh is and all that. Still want to know who she is. But yeah, I think the title had something to do with swords, so... The episode title for this episode. That final shot of them leaving their childhood behind and walking forward. Yeah, Swordcraft Academy, so I assume we're going to learn to sword fight. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh will learn to sword fight. Kirito will just get less rusty. Yeah, walking while eating? What are you, some sort of savage? I mean, you don't even know. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while. You always sleep, Kirito. Okay, I guess I just tapping off screen. Now slice him in half. Or you could do that too, that's fine. Come on, Kirito, using one sword, what are you doing? Nice. And second slice. Did you actually? No, he cut a sword. You did not cut him in half either. We won the tournament, of course you did. I wonder if that stuff was given more time in the light novel. Man, time sure flies, doesn't it? I do like the outfits that you're wearing. Oh, I like her outfit. Very nice, very stylish. I actually really like it. That's like a good cosplay outfit. Yeah, Kirito and then, Kirito's friend. Vienna. Is she gonna be important? Because she kind of looks like she could be important. Uh, probably, but you know. Okay, okay. Yeah, good old day of rest. I would have liked to learn all sorts of things from you. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of important, but I was more referring to like, later on. I, why aren't you? I mean, she was very pretty. I know, right? Do you just not pick one that Kirito? I guess when you have your own harem, I guess it's not a big of a deal, but looks like it. Golgoro, so why can't he have an easier to pronounce name? Yeah, I wonder that. Well, it's important to be able to imagine it, especially in a virtual world. Yay, more sleeping. The moon. Of course not. Maybe far too simple. I mean, those are important things. Then you can't use certain things. Well, okay. Good to know. Makes sense. So what's like the best sacred arts that you can use? Is there any really cool high-level stuff that we haven't seen yet? Well, of course, this is a different place. Oh, that looked really cool. Yeah, I would. It wouldn't surprise me if she reminded him of Asuna a little bit. Huh. That would be cool to do. Because you already had one character remind him of Sukuha, so, you know. But yeah, getting to see her fight, cool. Oh, damn. She is quite good. A whip. Did she seriously have a whip? Because that's cool. Definitely some doujinshi material there. Oof. Okay. You're not doing so well here, Kirito. But I guess if she's like his senpai, mentor, whatever, then it's understandable. Huh. Yeah, you clearly are. Man, you see Kirito with two swords. Ah, that one guy. Yeah, I forgot the name. Volo Levantine. It's throwing a lot of names at me this episode, so. Well, it's probably a lack of imagination. Yeah, in Crad style, yeah. Nice catch. Okay, but why do we have to wait for it? Forbidden? Wow. More loophole in the taboo index, I see. Yes, pleasure. It would be quite pleasuring to show her your sword skills, wouldn't it? What are you up to, Kirito? There we go, I was waiting for that. Somebody would find him. Oh, wow. Sword... Can you repeat that for me? Of course not. Don't be silly. Azurika. Gotta hone those sword skills. And I would love for her to help me improve my sword skills as well, so I definitely understand. Special training session, eh? Sounds amazing. And wow, that trait is really cool. They have some really cool just architecture here in general, which I guess also applies to things like that. Are they gonna be jerks? And merely eat? It even sounds like a pretentious name. Yeah, those filthy commoners. How dare they think they get to be near me? There's always gotta be characters like that, doesn't there? Like, you guys are supposed to respond to my provocation, you're not doing it right. Seriously, just screw that guy. Cool. Understandable, I mean, not as easy as it sounds. Well, you know, why not? It's a good question. I mean, his world didn't really have callings exactly. I mean, I don't think it would change anything. Well, finding Alice is also important to him, so I don't think that would change. Nice. Back pat. Yeah. He's not going home anytime soon. Exactly. I'm sure you would. There's not even a probably to it. You would still be doing that. I mean, it doesn't have to be used as an excuse. That is the reason why you can't just leave. I know what he means. That's hard to say for sure. That's a big one, though, yeah. Yes. I look forward to you two becoming Integrity Knights. You know, it is nice that Kirito has like a bro character now to be best friends with, but I'm still not entirely used to that yet. Could you guys look any more evil? I mean, good god. I mean, obviously they're gonna do something. Okay? What's your point? Good job. Another name. How heavy is that? I guess it's just heavy because he's not a swordsman, you know? It's not his calling. His object dominance, whatever it's called, isn't very high. Really? Why? No. Okay. Well, it probably has a very high skill level. So, oh. Oh, that looks really nice. Of course it's blue. Well, a very dark blue, but... That way it has some, It matches Yu-Gi-Oh sword well. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh already has a sword. Kirito's one that needs a cool one. And that would be it. Nice. Suits you well. Although I feel like a black sword would suit you better. That is pretty close to black. Wow, from one swing of a sword. Okay, I first thought it was the metalsmith, but no. He's no Elizabeth, but, you know. Gets the job done, and it's free, so it's great. So, what are the two evil pompous jerks gonna do to try to ruin things? Because you know they are, the look on their faces. And that shot. For some reason. Yes, I'm sure you could do more with this. Poke. That was nice. One way to find out. Just don't hurt anyone. Or fall over. Oh. Oh no, mud. I'm dead. He's gonna demand he pays for his dry cleaning. Okay, so it's who I thought it was. I just didn't remember his name again. I did not mean to get your outfit dirty. But just, maybe you shouldn't wear so much white. I mean, I just call her, you know. I was just playing with my sword out in public. I wasn't training. I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want on a day of rest, but whatever. Okay, that was a hard sentence to read. What? Where is this going? Yes, truly unforgivable. He's gonna challenge him to a public fight. I'm glad she could arrive. I know, right? He was a bit disrespectful to me, so of course we need to fight. Yeah, it shouldn't go that badly. Especially because he uses his new sword. It is a good chance to test it out if he does. Okay, this is gonna be a bit more serious, isn't it? So, well, of course. I mean, I don't think he's gonna, you know, wuss out and go for stop shorts. Not with that kind of provocation. Yeah, I know you well enough, Kirito. I've seen enough. I've seen enough seasons of this show to know how you would deal with this. And next episode, we're actually going to see this, right? Of course. So how are they going to do it? I don't think it would be like a battle to the death, so I guess it's just a matter of who draws blood first. I guess. I don't know. I mean, he just said something about first point. That's the only thing I could think of that would mean. Well, I guess breaking your opponent's sword would work too. Kirito has definitely done that before. Although the best thing about this episode is definitely the fact that Kirito now has a suitable sword for him. Because it didn't feel right until he had one of those. The Blue Rose sword obviously went to Yu-Gi-Oh, so... Kirito needed his own. And I'm glad he's got it. Yeah, okay, next episode should be interesting. Okay, that was the 7th episode of Sword Art Online Alicization. And yeah, we're back in the game world. And I guess we kind of skipped over some stuff that was probably in the light novel in more detail. That's generally how anime adaptations go. But basically, yeah, they left. It's been a while. They trained at the Swordsman Academy. They got senpais, you know, mentors, you know, all that good stuff. They have a metalsmith that they talk to for Kirito to get himself a new sword, which I guess just took a while to make. But 2 years, I think, is what they said it's been since they left the town. I think it's another episode where they throw a lot of information at me and a lot of names. So you know, I kind of had to try to remember what I can remember. But basically, yeah, that's what it's all about. And his mentor, Her name was Liana, something like that. I very much loved her outfit that we saw her in the first scene that she appeared in. Like, I didn't want to keep repeating myself, but I really liked that outfit like a lot. She looked really good in it. She definitely reminded me a bit of Asuna, which was probably intentional, but you know, just yeah, she seems like she's pretty cool. Definitely very skilled, but not number one, of course. That would be the other guy. You know, the one that wears a lot of white and did not appreciate getting a bit of dirt on it, even though it's really his fault. I mean, he's the one that walked over to somebody that was, you know, swinging their sword around. And if you do that and something happens to you, that is your fault. I'm sorry to say if that bothers you, but that is a fact. And Kirito should have said as much, but you know, he is kind of a senpai to him. You know, the #1 rank, so things change a little bit. Like if that's the case, you know, in that kind of culture. So that's kind of how we ended off with where we ended off, and also Kirito's personality is one to take into consideration as well. But yeah, I mean, you're not really supposed to train, I guess, on the day of rest. I don't know why. You should be able to just do whatever. I mean, it's like a day off. If you want to like work on your day off, people usually can do that. It's not recommended, of course. And there's definitely some argument to be made that you shouldn't work on a day off, because that kind of defeats the purpose of a day off. But I still feel like you should have that choice. That's just my opinion. But yeah, he got his new sword and he was so excited to use it, so naturally he wanted to just, you know, swing it around. But yes, we did have a little bit of exposition in this episode as well, because Kirito lied in bed talking about the whole objects. I wish I could remember what it was called, but you know, the object proficiency basically. It's what allows you to use, you know, certain things. Like if there's a weapon that requires 100 skill points and you have 95 skill points, you couldn't wield it. Those numbers are just an example. It's not really how it works exactly. The numbers are bigger than that, I think. But the point is, yeah, very much gaming logic there. So I guess if you don't have the skill for something, it's just really, really heavy like it was for the metalsmith. And that's why he said it became a lot heavier as soon as he finished it, because that's as soon as it becomes an actual weapon, an item, to where those skill point requirements could actually manifest itself. So it makes sense, and of course Kirito gets it for free because, you know, he's Kirito, why wouldn't he? He got his sword from Liz for free, I think, as well, just by getting the materials from the dragon, you know, the dragon poop and all that. So, you know, that all kind of makes sense. And it's really cool that he has a sword now. Just because Liana, I think that was her name, she could tell Kirito had more potential than he was actually unleashing towards her in their sparring matches. So I guess he figured that getting a real sword would be able to help him manifest that. Because I wasn't sure why he put the delay on that initially, but I guess that's what he feels like. But he had to have been pretty confident that that sword would make the difference, I guess, because he already made the promise before he even used the sword. So that's definitely requires some confidence there. But yeah, we had the one lady, you know, yelling at him about his curfew and all that. And just, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if the Liana liked Kirito, like in a romantic way. I could see that happening. But we also had a couple of characters, a bunch of just douchebags, you know. They're the typical pompous, you know, rich guys that just can't stand being near filthy commoners, even though those filthy commoners are more skilled and more competent than they are. They're those kind of people. Anyone that's watched a lot of anime or really a lot of works of fiction will probably know those type of characters. You usually just try not to fall for their provocation, and you can minimize the damage they do to you. That's really the best you can hope for, really. I mean, fighting them is not going to accomplish much, just make things worse. But yeah, as usual, it's just nice to see Kirito be able to be such good friends with Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, because like I said in the reaction, he's always had, you know, like in the first season, he met these random girls that he would help out and then they would fall in love with him. And then he would just, like, kind of, you know, pass on all of them and then go for Asuna, you know, the more tsundere, the more typical character, you know, as his waifu of choice, and everyone else would just kind of like, okay, I guess we didn't win, oh well, let's just kind of stick around and, you know, just be happy for them, I guess. But my point is, he hasn't really had a lot of male friends and stuff. Like, there was Klein, of course, but even though he met Klein in, like, episode 1 of the first season, he didn't, like, spend much time with him. Like, he literally just left him and all that to do his own thing and met all the waifus. And he, of course, met Klein a couple times here and there and would hang out with him like he was one of the gang, but he never really felt like a best friend the way that they're definitely setting up Yu-Gi-Oh! To be with him. You know, like straight up calling him Aibo and all that. So definitely something different there, and definitely something that's really cool to see. Just, it's nice that Kirito does have something like that in this world that he can really just rely on and work with. And Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know, we got to hear a little bit about his stuff this episode, his worries, you know. his anxieties, like feeling like his whole calling, that whole chiming on the tree thing, was an excuse to not, better himself, to go out to do what he wants to do. And Kirito was really able to help him actually do that, like in a big way. So they definitely have a relationship where they help each other and support each other and all that. No homo though, just friends and all that. But yeah, pretty good episode, I would say, for the most part. The way we ended off, definitely looking forward to seeing the fight next episode, because this guy was built up to be the #1 of the academy, so definitely interested to see what he can do, because we haven't seen that, obviously. Liana obviously is very much impressed by what he can do, very much thinks that she can't match him, and all that, which I don't think is true. I think she could potentially get on his level if she can just have the right mindset and everything. This is a virtual world, mindset can do a lot, we've already kind of seen that. So, and although I don't really like him very much just yet, the #1 guy, I do like his outfit too. The blue and white color scheme, I always love that sort of thing. See, anything else worth mentioning on the episode? Kirito angrily eating his bread was kind of funny, I suppose. But yeah, I do want to see more of Liana. She seems nice, seems pretty cool. Even after she went on the adventure with them as well to save Alice, but I doubt it. Becoming Integrity Knights are still our main goal, if you don't count the whole rescuing Alice thing. I wonder if that will actually happen, though. Probably not. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure whether or not that would actually happen. But it's definitely their more direct goal to fight for. And then after that, I guess they'll go more for the whole Alice thing. But yeah, let's see how that fight goes next episode. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.